So I'm going to go on this like Detroit a theme I was on. I'm going to tell you a couple fun stories, as if I don't have enough. I dated a guy named Josh for like a month. He was an idiot, lovely guy, beautiful, beautiful guy, dumb as a box of hair. Um, when I first met him, it was at Soho, right there in Ferndale, off of 9 Mile and Woodward. Basically, it's a little further west than Woodward, but not by much. Actually, I don't think it's that much. Anyway, I walk in, I'm standing there. I think I had all my clothes on at that point. And I turn around, and this kid is just staring at me. He's 21 at the time. Staring at me like, and he had bleached blonde hair. And normally his hair is like a darker brown. Bleached blonde hair, brown eyes, and just a perfect twink. Perfect. He had one of those tiny little twink butts. And I'm not kidding. He was beautiful. He just really was. And I was just like enamored of him immediately, and him of me. And we kind of sat there and talked. And he just would blush and get all like stammered. And I'd be like, "You're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just me. You just be you. I just be me." And it was really cute and fun. That was also the bar where I met a guy I dated for like a grand total of 1 week. And his name was Sean, and he was a dick. We had talked like 4 or 5 years earlier on Planet Out, which you guys don't know about because that was, the early Stone Ages. And Planet Out, you could put on an ad of, what you're looking for, who you are. Not like Grindr. It's more like a dating site. So you go there, and I wrote up these just novels of things that, were going on in my life. And at one point, somebody said, "Why aren't you journaling? This is a journal. You're just like talking about where you're going to be and what you're doing and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should." And I did. And actually, I became kind of popular on that. But where I was going with this was, I started talking to this guy named Sean. He was cute. He had a little goatee. Just phenomenal guy looking. We started talking, and I'm like, this is a really, I said, "Would you like to go out?" And he's like, "Yeah, we could talk about that in a week." "Why a week?" "Well, I'd like to get to know you before we get to that point." "Oh, okay, that's cool." So we talked a little bit more, and then I asked him if maybe this upcoming weekend we could go out. And he's like, "You're pressuring me." I'm like, "Okay, we've been talking for, 4 or 5 days. And I'm asking you about in a week. Like, this is Monday, and it's like Friday or Saturday night." "Nope." Blew me off, told me I was an asshole, blah, blah, blah. Like, cool. So, fast forward, I'm at the bar, and I'm standing there with no shirt on, out dancing, and I look over, and there he is, fucker. And he's staring at me like I'm candy. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. And so I'm just doing my thing, and finally I'm like, "Okay, this is stupid." And I just walk up to him and says, "Hi, I'm AJ." And he's like, "Hi, I'm Sean." I'm like, "Hi, Sean. You are very hot." And he goes, "Look at you." And I'm like, No, you're very hot." And so we started talking, and I says, "I don't know if you know this, but we've met before, or we've talked before." He says, "No, we haven't." I said, Yeah, we have. I was the guy that was in Southgate that was talking to you, that was trying to go out with you, and you kind of like fluffed me off." And he's like, "I don't really remember that, but okay." He says, "Why would I do that?" I said, "Dude, past tense. Are you interested in doing something?" He says, "Yeah." He says, and then he tried to get me to put my shirt on because he was afraid that other people were staring at me. And I'm like, really? As it turns out, I wound up going to a Christmas party with him. So this was the weekend before Christmas. I went to a Christmas party with him to see his friends. I went over to his house. We, messed around quite a bit. And I told him that I liked the smell of how he smelled. And he said, "That's my fabric softener." And I'm like, "Okay, you don't wear cologne? It's not your body?" And yeah, needless to say, he kind of like stopped talking. And then completely ghosted me. And I was not in a good place, and that really upset me. And New Year's Eve, when I was supposed to be doing all this stuff, I got up really early that morning because I didn't go out and do anything. And I'm walking around outside. It's cold as shit because it's Detroit. And the police pulled over and asked me if I was okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. They said, well, it's really cold out here. And I said, I know, I'm going for a walk. And he looks at me and he says, why are you walking on New Year's Day? And I'm like, because I got dumped and I'm pissed off and bent out of shape. So I'm trying to burn off some energy. And he's like, oh, okay. We'll have a fun time. I'm like, yay. So that was Soho. I was going to go into a bunch of other stuff, but those are my, couple big things that I'm like, I hate that. I love you guys.